Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Zinayashi, the Asperger King, and today we're going to be reacting to the video Fat Acceptance is Finally Collapsing by Smugglana. Let's get into it.
Let's watch this.
Oh,
big
no.
boom baddie fatty.
Land
They're
whale.
passing away apparently.
Land whales.
Let's watch this chat. I'm sure this is going to be very, very funny.
Yeah, I hope it's funny.
I said it so many times, but I'm going to say it again.
Very sad,
Are you surprised?
but funny.
Not really. No.
I'm not surprised either.
What do you mean I can't eat 10 big arches a day? Fuck!
Oh my goodness.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. Baby birds, I want to take you back
Hello.
a few years. It's
Okay.
2021.
Oh my
TikTok is in
God.
full swing.
Land
You get on
whales.
social
That one
media
bitch
and
is
every
huge.
Please don't have this on the screen while we're
Holy
talking.
fuck.
Where you look, you see obese people in media or on the runway.
Ugh.
Magazines you once enjoyed have big models on the cover.
Why? I don't want to see that
Cosmopolitan,
shit.
by the way.
Brands are obsessed with putting obese people in jeans.
Ugh.
Roles. And all the
Gross.
while, obese people are telling you that fat acceptance is good.
No,
Nay,
it's not
it's
good.
necessary. That
Yeah, it's necessary for
Gluttony
natural
and
selection
sloth
to
are
kick you out, I
deadly
suppose.
sins.
you will accept their fat rolls or you will perish under the weight of your own bigotry.
Ah,
But this
Fine,
crazy
I'm
lasts
perfectly
for
okay
long
with that.
because heart disease gets us all in the end. Or gets them all in the end, I guess. I
It
think the
gets
rest
them.
of us are mostly fine.
Yeah.
Being overweight is one of the smartest things you could do. Just
No, it's one of the
imagine the
dumbest
zombie
things you
apocalypse
could
and there's
do.
no food left. Overweight people keep all the food in their belly.
You'll be the first to
Therefore,
get bitten by a
they
zombie
will
because you
Bro,
can't
she's
run
out
away
of
from
breath
them,
after, like,
stupid
3
fat bitch.
sentences. That's a
Yeah, she becomes a boomer
This
from
professional
Left
32
4
TB
Dead.
SSD capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library is something you won't find at Best Buy or any electronics retailer, even if you were willing to.
Left 4 Dead. Bro, she's talking about a post-apocalyptic situation. Yeah,
She'll turn
I
into
think
one of
she's
those
right.
boomers from
I
Left
think she's
4
an
Dead.
expert on that, huh?
live longer
Boomer.
than people who aren't overweight.
No, you'll be the first to get bitten by a zombie
Okay, so
because you can't run.
Acceptance has definitely fallen by the
Based.
wayside over the
Based
last
case
little
on-
while due to a little fun thing, a little fun pokey poke called Ozempic. But before that,
Oh,
I'm sure a
no.
lot of you
Oh,
remember some time
Ozempic.
ago when a series of fat activists and fat positive people passed away from obesity-related complications. If
Oh,
you
well.
are wondering what constitutes an obesity-related complication, no, it is not one's
Everything.
legs collapsing under the weight of one's own body, as it turns out.
That would be fun.
Although I
Breaking
wouldn't really
chairs.
be terribly surprised to find out that that does in fact happen. No children. Instead, it is a person's heart screaming, "Please, please help
Take me out!" I mean, that chick was literally out of breath from standing.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't
How
like she
do
was
people
walking.
get
She was
that
standing
big?
there and just telling
That's
like
huge.
I got like 3 sentences.
Basically, the people in question were actually trying to get themselves to a healthier place, which I feel like makes the whole thing extra sad. For a
Yeah.
quick refresher, Kat Pause, a fat studies academic and prominent
she's
fat
fugly.
activist, died suddenly in her sleep in March 2022 at age 42. She
Damn.
was a senior lecturer specializing in fat studies and a vocal
Yo, fat studies is when you go to McDonald's and you order yourself like a big arch, two sets of 10-piece chicken nuggets, and a McChicken and a milkshake.
Oh my goodness,
I don't
Alana.
need to pay $20,000 for fat studies. You can just go to your McDonald's.
advocate in the fat acceptance movement. I don't want to make jokes about people who have died because I generally
No,
think
it's
that's in
mean. I
fairly
think
poor
it's
taste.
sad.
But on
It's
her
sad,
university
yeah.
scholarship page thing
I
that
think it's very sad, but it is what it is.
was written after
Indeed.
she passed away,
She did it to
says that she
herself.
wrote about coming out as fat. Girl, you didn't have to write about that. We could see. I'm just saying. Jamie Ramirez, a former plus-sized influencer and the owner of Plus
It's crazy how they're making the analogy to coming out as gay when, like, you can't you can't see someone as gay. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like coming out as gay is so much more different. Like, coming out as fat, it's like, wow,
That's
sweetie,
a lot different.
we're so proud of you.
Being gay
We
is
would've
way
never guessed that
different
you're
than being
fatty.
fat.
Look at you. You're XL now, you used to be a small.
By Salon, who was trying actually to get her weight down, died in December 2022 from heart
Oh no,
complications.
poor her.
And then we had Brittany
Boo.
Sarah, a
Wah.
TikToker and another former fat influencer,
She's
Esquilla,
ugly. And
who
she has
died
a
in
nose
late
ring.
2023, and I think
She's
also
crazy.
from heart issues. Although I'm not actually sure if that's public.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
Shortly
Yes,
before
it
her
does.
death, Brittany said,
Yeah, but if you talk about being healthy, I'm gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it kind of does. Like, it doesn't invalidate everything,
lot of the
but
things
it
you fat
invalidates
people
a lot
say
of
is
things that you
stupid.
say.
that she regretted binge eating and letting her body get this way.
I ruined my life with food.
Yes, you did.
Oh my gosh.
You gluttonous sloth.
Yeah.
And
But wait,
I'm hoping-
I thought eating 10 big arches was self-care.
No,
Fuck.
that's self-destructive care.
Not too late for me this time.
But because
Aw,
life
that's
just
sad.
seems to go on recycling stories and events and things that happen, and despite the rise of Ozempic and people returning to being reasonably waif-thin, pointy people, a bunch of fat activists and fat acceptance figures, I guess, have continued to pass away. But people don't really notice anymore because it's
fat
not,
activists
it
is
doesn't
so
garner that much
crazy.
attention. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the body can only take so much before it just gives up. Because
Yeah.
You can say the same thing about being extremely thin. Yeah, like your body can only sustain itself on so much.
contrary to popular belief, we are in fact not supposed to look like human-shaped bowling balls. No, they're not supposed to be round. Take that as inspiration and go
Why
for a
not?
run.
I'm a big,
Around
beautiful
April
woman.
10, 2026, it was announced that Dolly
600
Martinez,
pounds.
That's as much as a
participant on
grizzly
season
bear
10
weighs.
of the reality show My 600-Pound Life, had died due to, you guessed correctly, congestive heart failure.
Oh.
I like to feed the birds
Oh
and
no.
ducks. Sometimes I wish I was one of them because they just eat whatever as
Oh
much as
my
they can.
god, she's
And your mom.
Yeah,
huge.
but they fly around and they do stuff.
Yeah. I want to play this game later. It looks fun.
Greetings, pilot. You still owe 98,212 AU.
What?
Helps
Uh,
Now, if you
Lord
haven't
have
watched My
mercy.
600-Pound
Yeah.
Life, just don't. Very few people on the show actually choose to improve and keep the weight off, and it's sort of just like watching someone deliberately drown themselves. Although watching someone struggle to do basic tasks like getting out of a car without it turning into a medical emergency really doesn't...
I've told
my
the story
goodness.
before. I played Pokemon Go back in like 2022 or it was 2021, and everybody rolled up in their cars and then walked to the Pokestop to like do the fucking Pokemon gym. And I parked next to a couple, and the dude was in the car seat, and then the chick was in the driver's seat, and she actually like got up after the guy, and the entire suspension creaked.
oh my
Like the car
goodness.
literally jolted when she got up. She was not 600, but probably like 250, 300.
That's crazy.
She walked over to the Pokestop, so I mean, it's better than nothing, but still, I was like, God damn. Yeah, it was a low rider. It was not an SUV. It was a
Oh
low
my.
rider type of car.
Why do people
Fire
low ride their
walk,
cars?
bruh.
It's so
You know, there's that.
stupid.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry. I didn't eat all day.
She looks like
That
Jabba the Hutt.
is a good thing. And maybe rather
With
than
breathing
those
hoses in her
you
nose.
should be pursuing going to the gym. Maybe
Yay,
you
the
should go buy
guy.
yourself a
On a
pair of
walk.
good headphones and then take yourself on a walk or to the gym. And actually,
Is
you
this
can
segue?
do that too. You can buy some
It's a
great
segue!
headphones thanks to the sponsor of
I like
today's
headphones.
video, Raycon.
I like walking.
What are
Raycon
you
these
doing?
nuts.
I am listening to music, obviously, and we're doing that with a funnel. The earbuds I have kind of hurt my ears, and this clearly works just fine. You can't hear anything at all, can you? No, I can't. I can't. Even though I have ears at this point. Please tell me that you have a better option.
Sydney's affiliate
I don't, but
marketing
Raycon
ads
does.
are
They even
funny.
came out with these new cool bone
I have
conduction
VTuber headphones.
Raycon's bone conduction headphones are wireless and use vibrations to carry sound through your bones to your
That's
ears so that you can hear
interesting.
everything.
Maybe one day I'll
world
try
around
them.
You. You also don't look like a crazy person listening through a funnel. What if
Why not?
it rains? Well, Raycon's headphones are weather resistant, so you'd be fine. They're also made for
Yay.
extended wear, so you will be comfortable for long hauls.
That's
and really,
nice.
you can
I
use
will
them
say
in all
it's
sorts
annoying
of
when they don't
situations.
fit.
I use them at the gym, on walks, doing housework. One of the things that I personally notice is that my Raycons go for ages on a single charge, so it makes sense why
That's
so many
good. I
other
listen to
customers love
music
them,
a lot.
and why Raycon
That's
is
ugly.
Most
yeah,
of
but
the
it's
day.
comfortable. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sponsored or anything, but I'm just gonna say this. I hate it when my headphones fall out when I'm doing shit.
Yeah, I
it pisses
hate
me
it
the fuck
too.
off.
It pisses
so
me off.
confident in their
Yeah.
product that they have a
I wouldn't mind
30-day
it that
money-back
much.
guarantee. So you can have the great quality audio without having to spend boatloads of money, especially in today's economy. On a
Especially
personal
when you're
note, since I
jogging
found
and
out
just
that I
falls
was
out on
losing
the
my
ground,
hearing
it's
in my left
annoying.
ear, I stopped using in-ear earbuds as much, and so I really like that I have two pairs of Raycons that both sit outside my ears, and they honestly make life a lot better. So you're saying I need to ditch the funnel and use Raycon. I'm impressed you're able to live alone, honestly. That's what my mum says too. So with Mother's Day just around the corner, celebrate the
Mother's
mums in
Day.
your life by going to buyraycon.com/SydneyWatsonBC
Yes,
to get
Mother's Day in, like, a
15%
couple
off
weeks.
Raycon's awesome bone conduction headphones. And biggest thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. The Dolly story on the show basically
Oh my
revolved around
goodness.
her struggle with food addiction and her bipolar
I remember
disorder.
watching
She
that
struggled to
video
both
whiles
lose weight
ago.
and follow the guided program that her doctor, Dr. Now, gave her. During her filmed portion of the
Oh
show,
my
Dolly
God.
lost around 40 pounds, which I am
How
really
do
bad
people
at doing
get
quick
that
conversions,
huge?
but it's 2.2 pounds to a
It's
kilo, so I don't know, like
baffling.
20 kilos, 18
It's not
kilos,
bad.
somewhere between 20 and 18
It's not
kilos,
terrible.
which was so far short of what was needed for the weight loss surgery that she was striving for.
Yeah.
And from what I can tell,
Oh,
since
no.
her episode aired, she has more or less stayed like this. Ooh, since 2022. And somehow, and I'm saying this like it's surprising, it's not. This person has gained widespread attention and, you know, lots of interest because of her giant size. Yep, that's about the size of it. Excuse the pun. Excuse the pun. What's absolutely wild is that in January 2026, so what, like 4 months before
18
Dolly passed away,
stars?
the Daily Mail published an article that explained how 18 former castmates on the show
That's
have
18
passed
too
away
many.
due to obesity-related complications. 18. Also,
That's
side
too
note,
many.
This is the most diabolical spelling of Sydney that I've ever seen. The C is wrong. Get rid of that. In just the last year, 7 of these people...
I love this doctor guy. He's funny.
Yeah, that doctor is funny.
The one in the My 400-Pound Life, and he's like, he's so blunt too.
7
Yeah.
of these people have died. Although I should note, not all of them died from obesity. I think one died in a car crash. But the ones who did die
Aw.
of
Oh my
obesity-related
goodness.
Oh my
complications.
What the fuck is
God.
that?
You just have your ass attached to you?
Oh
Like
my
a
god.
cushion?
That is
I
so
didn't even know that was
disgusting.
possible.
How is that
Patients
possible?
include
What the
Charity
fuck
Pierce,
is
who
even
died in
that?
January
Bro,
2026.
Oh my
She was
God,
in the
no.
show. She was in the show much earlier.
It's
in
like
an
a
earlier
backpack
season,
of
and was
fat.
once called the world's
Oh my
fattest woman
goodness.
after weighing in at almost 800 pounds, which again,
800 pounds.
2.2 pounds.
How the hell
It's
do you
heavy.
get
One of
that
the other
big?
And then they're just
Huge.
woman is Latonya Potain. Sorry if I butchered that. She died in May 2025, and again, this was caused by congestive heart failure. I know.
Your heart literally cannot pump enough blood to like keep you alive at
Yeah,
that point.
that's
You have so much
insane.
tissue and like you're so fat and you don't move.
that reality television
Yeah, I think I'm skipping dinner tonight, guys.
is absolutely built around showing
I think I'm
extreme
done.
situations and kind of extreme people doing extreme
No
things.
big arch for me.
And in this case, obviously, it's about, people battling obesity and whether or not they can and will actually lose weight and rejoin society. But like I said, it's dead set like watching somebody hold their own head under the water to drown.
Oh, it's a mental illness. I would gauge probably like 99% of these people just literally have a problem with food and they can't stop themselves. And to top it off, a lot of the time it's other people enabling them, like their husband, boyfriend, or their girlfriend, or it's their mom and dad, or their cousins who live with them. Yeah.
I think the worst part for me is I don't even know what this is trying to achieve, because at what point does this stop being normal entertainment and become something kind of grotesque, like a weird voyeurism of...
Ew.
I don't even know how to describe this, because
There's a fetish
It's
for it.
the
Just people that love
disgusting,
feeding people
degenerate
and then they
behavior.
pass away from being fat.
There's a lot of nudity, because they like to show you
Ew.
that
I don't
these
want
people
to see
feeding them
naked,
means it
fat,
gets
huge
charged.
people.
Honestly,
Ew.
yeah,
Nasty.
I don't know. Maybe not like jail time, but like something.
Put them
I
in
feel like you're
a
partly
recovery
responsible
home
for giving them the
place,
food
like
and,
the
like,
drug
you know,
addicts go
enabling
to.
wash themselves. What is this saying?
Especially if it's kids.
Put them in a
like,
rehabilitation
if it's an adult, like, I don't know. I think there's like
facility.
a certain... I don't know. There's a certain responsibility you have for yourself. Like, if you're an adult and you want to eat a fucking pizza and you want to be fat, like, that's
I
different
love
from
pizza.
a kid.
Pizza
A
is
kid,
awesome.
100%. I would charge them for child abuse for sure.
Yeah.
Are you trying to scare people out of obesity, or are you trying to normalize it? Which one is it, Dr. Now?
What this comes down to is simple. If you won't do the things you need to lose weight, how do you think weight loss surgery is going to make you lose weight?
I know it's going to help me lose weight, because at the end of the day, I know what I want for myself.
The strain of severe obesity, and just being obese in general, is undeniable when you consider that 18 people, for the most part, over the course of the last decade or so, have died from one show. One show about fat people, and 18 people from that show have died.
That's
that
18
is
people
insane.
too
And
many.
Actually, while I was looking into this, I thought, I wonder who else has passed away from obesity-related complications, who, has a fat acceptance profile. And it really didn't take me all that long to find more examples
Oh,
of
no.
fat acceptance
That's
/ body
horrible.
positivity people, body positivity influencers who have died recently, which is very sad, to be honest with you.
It's
a woman
sad.
called Mona Lisa
Oh,
Stephen,
she has
who is a
2
Nollywood
nose rings.
Why do they call
She's
themselves
crazy.
like Mona Lisa? You know, Mona Lisa wasn't fat as fuck, right?
Ew.
actress. I guess Nollywood is Nigerian Hollywood? Wait a minute. How many people are in Nigeria that they have their own Hollywood? How many
Oh, it's a Why Are You Running? Why Are You Running? That's from Nigeria, I'm pretty sure. That was like a little show. You guys know what I'm talking about?
people
I've never
live
heard of
in
it.
Nigeria?
A lot.
242 million people? What the heck?
That's a lot
I
of
wonder how many
people.
of these people, though, are scamming elderly Americans. To some people, that probably
Nigerian
sounds like
scam
that
artists.
probably
It's a good
sounds like a
hustle.
joke,
I
but
hate
it's
'em.
neither me nor a joke, because I was so radicalized recently. This is a total aside, but I was so radicalized recently because I watched this documentary called The Anatomy of a Romance Scam. I think I'll put the poster on screen probably.
I've been victim
It
to
was
some
about
romance
scams and how
scams,
many
and I hate it.
Nigerians scam elderly Americans by pretending to
Don't
be
send people
invested.
money
You
that
know why?
contact
Because it
you on the
fucking works.
internet.
It's a good hustle. They wouldn't
They're
do it if
scam
it didn't
artists.
work. Why the fuck? Like, you fish where the fishes are. If it works and a bunch of fishermen are talking about it, they wouldn't do it.
Are pretending to be romantic partners, and they make literally billions of dollars. I did the math. It's probably somewhere in the realm of like 5 or 6% of the country's GDP is scamming Americans and Europeans, and I don't know, it radicalizes
works!
me
And
so much.
Canadians.
Please take care of your
We
Boomer
get a
family
lot of
members,
scam-
because
Nigerian
they do not
scam
have good
artists
discernment.
here,
No offense,
too.
Boomers, but you do
Yes.
not have good discernment when it comes to
Yes.
people trying to take advantage
There's
of you.
people who aren't
I hate
boomers that
people
click
that
on
take
stupid
advantage
fucking
of
links
me.
and get their accounts hacked too. Like, I wouldn't say it's just boomers. There are very stupid young people, too.
Just,
Yeah.
you guys should definitely watch the documentary. It was really good. It made me so angry, and I genuinely
watch
told
it
my mom, and I was
later.
like, hey, listen, I know that you like to be on the internet and in your fun little groups and stuff, but please, if anybody ever asks you for money, do not give it to them, no matter how
Do not
good your
give people
story is.
money that
Thank
are
God she's
asking you
still
for
married to
money
my dad,
on
and
the
my dad's
internet.
like,
They are a scam.
what is going on here? Anyway, back to obesity. Mona Lisa Stephen, who was a plus-size model and content creator, died in May 2025.
Yeah.
She, like many of the other ladies I've mentioned earlier, was very vocal about body image and self-love and body positivity. She made videos dismissing the idea of weight loss, and she promoted the acceptance of fat women and fat bodies. She passed away from what I think seems
Holy
to be diabetes
shit.
complications. It's sort of hard to glean online, but
Bro,
from what I can tell, she died of
this
hypoglycemia
is on the
and internal
screen.
bleeding. Which,
Remember that tree
Ew.
we're looking at? Where is it? The fat bitches one. Fat girls bragging about having fat big titties, like unemployed dudes bragging about having the day off. That's what I was like, that tweet.
can result from being
Were you
diabetic.
looking away?
although no
Yes,
one ever
I
said that
actually
she
was. I was
This
looking
is
at the
just-
other
there's
screen.
very
Oh,
little
those
information.
damn
I also found another recent article that described how a body positive influencer died after choking on food. Granted,
Oh my
unlike all the
goodness.
people that I've highlighted so far, she obviously didn't die as a result of being overweight, but choking on food is definitely one way to go out. I hope it's obvious, but I'm also not trying to make fun of this woman. I just think this is such a crazy situation. Because what are the actual chances of someone who is overweight not dying from overweight, obesity-related complications, but rather from the very food that made them overweight to begin with, and the very food that got them into a place where they were advancing the body positivity cause? Like, that is, that's an irony. The thing is, it's not like people haven't started sounding the alarm about body positivity and how grotesque it is in the modern era. I mean, it's always been grotesque, but you know what I mean. I'm not sure how many of you remember, but a woman called Gabrielle Lascano went super viral.
Oh, I remember. I'm pretty sure she's the one that lost a bunch of weight, and then all the fat activists got really mad at her.
Oh
And so she was
no.
being gross and, like, promoting, you know, being skinny, and as if it's somehow a bad thing.
No.
A few years back because she announced that she was leaving the body positivity
Yeah.
slash fat
Good
acceptance
for her.
movement, and
I
she
remember
felt guilty
things
To
I
the
did.
people
I did.
ever taken part.
being
Crabs in
mean
a
to
bucket.
her
Yeah,
about
they bring
it.
each other down. You have to stoop to their level.
They're a
Otherwise,
bunch of
if
crabs
you
in a
decide to be
bucket.
like, hey, I'm too fat, I'm dying. They're like, oh, yeah, guess what? We're gonna shit all over you.
In a series of videos, she
Losers.
talked about being fearful for her health and learning the hard way that obesity restricts you and it also kills you.
Don't
Yes,
let
it
the
does
idea that, oh, I
restrict
can
and
catch a
kill
dick no matter
you.
how big I am, cause you to forget about your health and to keep gaining weight. Health is real. Organs failing is
Yeah.
real. Diabetes, heart disease, all that shit is real, okay? It's not fat phobic to care about your health. And if nobody else wants to say it, let me fucking tell you the truth. Love yourself at any size, wear the clothes you want to wear, but don't forget that your heart has to beat, babes.
She recently, within the last 2-ish months, did an opinion video with the New York Times where she reiterated how dangerous the fat acceptance movement is in this sense. And while she still wants people to be body positive, she doesn't think being obese is the answer.
Then, over time,
There's absolutely a difference. I remember being a kid and walking into, like, the 7-Eleven or the dairy, and there was, like, some freaky-ass, what is it called, like, tabloids, and it's these skinny-ass, like, I would even argue, like, to the boarding to the point where it's kind of concerning, where you can see people's, like, rib cage and stuff,
That's too
and
skinny.
it's poking through their skin,
That's
and you're just sitting there
gross,
like,
too.
why are we promoting this kind of
They look like
like,
zombie
health?
combies.
Like, that's not healthy either. There's a difference between being skinny and, like, having some meat on your bones, too.
I got
Like,
heavier.
I think that's
and
bad.
heavier. I've always been an adventurous person, but there was a lot I couldn't do anymore. Fitting into the seats
Oh,
on
no,
roller
poor
coasters,
you.
planes. I couldn't wear heels. My dresses wouldn't zip up. And that wasn't all.
When you're bigger, you might not be able to wipe as well as a
Why fat people
Ew,
sing?
that's nasty.
Ooh, that takes a lot of guts. You know what? That's props to her for posting that. She's actually making it so uncomfortable. She's admitting to it. Yeah, because your
Ew.
fat rolls you can't reach. You can't
Yeah.
wipe your ass. Like, and once you get to a certain point when you're fat, like, yeah. Peak TMI. Yeah, but someone's got to say it. Right?
a thinner person. You can't reach because there's no space.
Some days I would look at photos and not even recognize myself.
Oh my
This is the
goodness.
most relaxing game in 2025.
I'm not playing this game. It looks boring.
Oh my god, she ballooned that hard in 3 years.
Oh my goodness.
Holy shit.
How do people do
But
that?
yeah, this is fat too, but holy crap, this is another level.
And recognize myself.
At one point during
Wow.
this video,
That's
Lascano
an
describes
awful
how the
dress, too.
longer she was in the movement, the more that she gained weight. And honestly, she's not the first person who has said this and described this after leaving this movement.
I started to wonder if loving myself at any size had become an excuse to ignore how big I was getting. I felt like I saw myself being brainwashed, essentially.
In my
Yes,
travels of the
you
internet,
were
I did find
brainwashed.
out that, yes, in fact, unsurprisingly, lots of other women also view the body positivity movement through this lens and in this way. This woman, for example, articulates something very similar to Lascano, saying
She's
that body positivity
mid-looking.
ended up being a vehicle for accepting things that were actually genuinely not okay.
I think it got to a point where the movement, I was using it as an excuse to stop taking care of myself. Like, don't get me wrong, for a long time I really liked the message. Like, I think we all should feel good in our skin. But I think the narrative somewhere changed from self-love to just complacency. And I found the movement as an excuse to sort of let myself fall off the wagon a bit.
Yeah.
And also stick
Yeah.
in habits.
They're encouraging you too. When you're in this type of community, even the, I can't say the word because YouTube hates it, but
Oh.
the pro-ana groups where you basically like, they encourage you to like not eat as opposed to, you know, oh, you can eat that burger, sweetie, you're going to be beautiful no matter what. It's literally two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
That are actually
Yeah, it's an
beneficial
echo
for myself.
chamber.
And for some reason, discipline was labeled as self-hate.
Another woman made comments here at the end of 2025 that fat acceptance became untethered from reality and the movement is actually just led by mean girls, which honestly, so true, queen. So
Yeah.
true.
I was in deep with the fat positive, body positive, fat liberation movement for a really long time. And I left.
No, where are you now?
And that's because I felt like it got so nasty, so mean, untethered from reality,
That's
and that
not
the
good.
goalpost was just constantly moving.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I hate
Because it's not
moving
based in
goalposts.
reality. That's why you can constantly move the goalposts. It's
I
really
hate
easy
it.
to do that when you're not living the life everybody else is.
Encourage people
Yeah.
to not.
Moderation, is that a menu item? Yeah, give me 2 sides of moderation to make it snappy.
Seek
Moderation
professional help
is a
for
good
health
thing.
I need extra
conditions,
ketchup.
or just like flat out deny science and pick and choose when to apply science. I also think that there is a little bit of a victim culture within it that it
Yeah.
has created.
Yeah.
And I think some of the
Yeah.
leaders of at least the online movement,
And it's funny because a lot of the fucking fat positive people, I would say probably 90% of them are women. There
Yeah.
are men that are obviously also really, really fat and they make content out of this and they're part of the quote-unquote community. I would call it more like a cult. But I would say it's vastly more women than men because it's more acceptable for a woman to be overweight than a man.
I'm being
Yeah.
honest, I mean girls. And I think that because some of these people are creators online and have their income tied to it, they kind of almost become incentivized to create more extreme takes, right?
Since I last spoke about this specific topic, so many new videos have cropped up where people are saying that fat acceptance is a scam and it's a joke
Yeah.
and
It is
moving
a
away
scam
from it.
and a
again,
joke.
It's not because of Ozempic in this capacity. I think it's because people are waking up and realizing that this movement is miserable. And
They
bad
are
for society.
miserable
I mean,
and
I'm
bad
sure a lot
for
of them
society.
Go out and get Ozempic because
They're promoting
that's their way
gluttony,
out of this. That's their
sloth,
golden
and
ticket.
pride,
Saying
which
this,
are all
and I
deadly
think I'm
sins.
correct, you know, I think that body positivity was always one giant cope. And I'm not talking about the original body positivity, which is accept yourself despite your flaws, yada, yada, yada. I'm talking
Yeah.
Tax should be higher if you're seriously obese. I think in Japan there's like a tax if you're like overweight or something.
Yeah, there is a tax if you're
Yeah.
overweight, and if you're skinny
Yeah, there's like an
and
actual
healthy, you
tax.
get benefits
You
in
pay like,
Japan.
I don't know, like 4% more? Yeah.
Thinking about the sort of mongoloid, horrible version of it that we know and love today. And yet, crazily, in spite of this, it doesn't stop things like
Ew.
FatCon from
Gross.
going ahead.
It's just a fetish,
Right.
man. Like, there's people who just love the idea of being with, like, a fat chick.
It's
Yes, this is
disgusting
real.
and
On their website,
degeneracy.
So
FatCon is
heinous.
described as a 3-day conference for...
I mean, not that I would be, like, you know, insanely into, like, two girls twerking on top of each other, like, period, in a public setting, but, like, I'm just saying, I think with the walker cane and then, like, having to sit down and you can't even, like, stand there for the twerk, it's like, no, thank you.
is described as a 3-day
Gross.
conference for fat joy.
Fat
joy trends
Oh,
clear joy.
no.
They think we need less joy.
Oh my god.
Why have the gays got to do with being fat? Why are you
Yeah,
dragging them
why
into
are they
this
dragging
shit?
the gays
What the
into
fuck?
this?
What?
Is there a fat
Yo,
pride flag
any gay
too?
chatters, any gay YouTube commenters, I'm so sorry that you're getting dragged into this shit.
I do not want to be dragged
more
into this
misery.
shit.
Why are they lumping this together? That's what I want to know.
Being
Fix
gay
whatever's wrong
isn't the
with you.
same as being
Surprisingly,
fat.
FatCon is a relatively new event, with 2026 only being its
We need
second
to
annual
stop.
run. They're already advertising for 2027, so I guess they don't think this is going away anytime soon. But as far as...
You know what's funny? I went on like a deep dive and there was like an underwear, what is it called? Like an underwear, undergarments, like
Panties.
website that I found for really, really fat people, and they didn't even
Ew,
have
nasty.
labels like L, XL,
Oh my
you
goodness.
know, extra, extra large, and so on and so forth. They had
What
sizes
did they
that
have?
were like amethyst and onyx, and I'm
That
like,
makes no
you
sense
fucking
at all.
retards. Like,
Fucking
why do
retards.
you have to? Why do you fucking
Why?
have to do this, man? I was researching it for a bit, and then I never fucking went through with it. I thought I was gonna make like an entire like segment out of it and talk about it, but then I realized it wasn't really worth it unless I found more content. But I just thought it was so funny. I was like, this is such a grift, and to top it off, the prices are insanely fucking expensive too.
Well, they
Yeah, like they were like the dumbest ones. Yeah, how are you supposed to know? No, they have like a different chart. I was gonna like talk about it on stream, but again, I just wanted to
Oh my
find something else and I
goodness.
never did. But it cemented in my head like, you are grifting so hard into this fucking insanity. You're overcharging some stupid fucking underwear. It looks like dog shit. It's probably made of dog shit. It's made in the same factories that everybody else makes their underwear for. But like, it's at the end of the day, it's like completely, like just such a fucking crazy reality we're living in, where these people call their like underwear sizes amethyst and onyx and ruby and
Yeah.
emerald.
How we've
It's
always...
cringe.
It's about what you'd expect.
Come over.
Where are we going?
It's a surprise. Do you like surprises?
I do.
Okay.
They're scheduled...
This is so
Oh my
cringe. Why are we
god.
behaving like
So
children?
cringe.
It was also jam-packed
Hello?
with super fun
Stupid.
sessions such as Express Yourself, How Style Can Empower Your Fat Liberation.
Oh my goodness.
Guys! I
Why?
live in a country where I can be fat, and then my health care keeps me alive.
Oh my
Fat
goodness.
liberation. I'm so oppressed. I'm just like the people getting bombed in different countries, guys.
Oh my
And fat
goodness.
defiance in policy.
Fat
Running for
defiance.
local office as your authentic, powerful self.
Oh,
No, you're
Wow.
not powerful
Personally,
if
my
you're
favorite
fat.
one is gender-affirming care as a fat person, navigating hormone surgery and letters.
You're
Gotta be
weak
wise,
if
navigate
you're
those
fat.
And again, they're attaching like a fucking the LGBTQIA plus stuff onto being
Oh my
fat.
goodness, I hate
can't
it.
Take this seriously.
His fellow fatties.
Oh
they
my
also have
God.
a session about bondage, but
I'm gonna be
don't
sick.
think
I feel
want to
ill
click
right
on that.
now.
I don't want to
think
see
I'm
that
gonna
either,
That should be
Sydney.
lettuce, not letters.
On this site.
Letters.
That's going to be a no from me. It's never going to stop being absolutely nuts to me that people pursue trying to normalize that which is not normal.
I'm
positive this has been studied, but I would love to know what guides this kind of psychology. What is the motivation behind trying so hard despite everybody dying, despite people pulling back, despite people objectively wanting to be smaller and thinner? What is the desire to persist with this?
Yeah.
I want to know. I guess
What
the
is it?
clips that I've included
I want
here
to know
are probably
too.
correct. The ones that are asserting that fat acceptance and body positivity as we know it today are just massive roads to achieve complacency, because if someone's telling you that
these people don't have actual problems in real life. Like, let's be realistic. When I was broke, I had maybe like $30 to my name, and
I've been there all the time.
To beg them for money. I just sucked it up. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be an adult. If I'm dying, I will ask my family for help, but I'm not right now.
That's what I do.
I just need to learn my lesson. And you know what I did? I literally just didn't eat sometimes.
Yeah, I don't eat sometimes
if you're
too.
poor and you maybe you have a shitty job,
That's why
and
it
you make a
baffles
mistake or
me
something
when
happened,
there's
I don't know anything, right?
Man, well, fucking poor people. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, it's all hypotheticals, right? You just don't eat. It's not hard. Like, these people are
It's not
so
hard to
privileged.
not
I
eat.
genuinely think
It's
being
very
fat as
easy
fuck
to
is
not
like
eat.
such an indicator of privilege.
great as you are and you don't have to change.
And then people are going to be like, oh, well, Alana, like, cheap food is expensive. Alana, I'm like, yeah, but cheap food can also mean not eating. Do you know what's cheaper than not eating? Drinking water and, like, maybe having, like, I don't know, some rice.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's
Like, what the
cheap.
fuck are you talking about? Getting a large Coca-Cola is, like, at least a couple of bucks. Getting a bag of rice is, like, $20. It's going to feed you for, like, 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Fuck. Ever make you want to change and do better. So I think that those women who are making these observations are probably correct. And the other thing is that if you have in fact tied your finances to being a fat person and telling other people about being fat, then yeah, you are incentivized to keep other people overweight, which is crazy work.
What?
That is a crazy thing to realize. Wow.
Hey, just your fat best friend, your fat influencer, your body positive.
What is with that hairdo? Why do women wear such huge ass bug-eyed glasses? It doesn't look good.
who are here, who are still trying to keep, open and safe spaces for bigger people.
Fuck
So I
safe
definitely think that there are
spaces.
way
Safe
fewer people making
spaces are
this
for
sort
weak
of fat acceptance
people.
online content, because so many people have left the movement, so many
Yeah.
people have lost
Well, the other thing is that Ozempic's getting really super duper popular. And if you have diabetes, obviously not that I'm saying it's okay, Ozempic was originally just meant for people who are diabetic, and now people are just using it as a shortcut to, like, basically lose weight and not eat.
Lame.
Yeah, now it's, like, way more popular, and it's easier to get a hold off than, like, a couple of years ago.
Oh my
bunch of weight
goodness.
and
It's all just
no
a
longer
farce.
fit into the movement. They sort of get excommunicated. But the people who are left,
Excommunicated is such a good word, too, because it is a fucking cult.
Yeah, it's
man,
a
are
cult.
they salty. But I guess if I'm being honest, they always have
shit.
been. And a lot of the old content that they used to make and still do now to a much lesser extent always seem to revolve around stopping people from pursuing dieting or getting medical help or
why
slowing
is
down,
that?
all this type of thing, because they just perceive that as an attack on being fat, and they perceived it as fat phobia. I've said this before, but I do think with a lot of social ideologies and social cultural movements, a lot of people just woke up to them and realized how corrosive they were / are, and or how stupid and ineffective this way of thinking is.
Yeah.
I think the broader culture
Indeed.
has completely moved on here, and I think that we're going to see the closing down and the slowing down of these niche micro online communities more and more.
Good.
as time goes on.
Because
I don't want to
really
see
dying
it
out,
anymore.
until inevitably
It's
we
disgusting.
go around
Natural
them in
selection.
about 20
Thank you,
Yay,
Darwin.
natural
Because
selection.
apparently everything just continues to recycle itself. In the meantime, and I do think this is really sad and really quite tragic, and it's, you know, I don't take any happiness out of saying this, but I do think that we will continue to see more fat acceptance and more fat liberation.
Oh,
People pass
no.
away. And I
That's
think
not
that
good.
those who understand what's going on will move away from these movements and will make better choices and inevitably slim down. So I think on a long enough timeline, naturally we will see the fat acceptance movement and all its other little offshoots.
And I know it's crazy, but when you realize that you may have a better, like, you have a better chance of dying, people want to counteract the threat of dying, and you being able to do something about it does wake people up sometimes. It does.
Shrink and shrink and shrink until really...
Is it because of lazy rat? It does nothing to improve your cardio and team muscle. I have no idea how one's skin elasticity is when you're doing that. No, I know. There's, like, not that much research into it. In a lot of cases, like, your muscle, like, quite literally atrophies.
Ew.
Yeah, like,
that's
look it
not
up.
good.
Ozempic
sort of
face?
reasonable. So for once, children, I think that is a bit of good news. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder, check out Raycon using the link in the description. I genuinely love my Raycons, and I really do wear the bone conduction ones when I'm at the gym, or I do mostly when I go on my walks, wear the open ear ones, just because I like hearing what's around me, and the audio is good. I make calls with them. I really like them. So if you are in the mood for some new earbuds, absolutely check them out. Now I open the floor to
Maybe
all of you.
someday.
What do you all think? Are you on my side of this, where you think it's actually quite tragic that
Yes,
these people
I
are
am.
passing away, but really it's kind of to be expected? This is
It
what
is to
obesity
be
gets
expected.
you. Are you on the other side, where you think, I'm not sorry for these people at all, they brought it on themselves?
I'm not
Well,
sorry
I
either
feel
for
bad, I feel
them.
bad for the people that have died.
I'm on
But I
both sides.
also think, like, there's a point where you can turn it around. And you went way past that point, and you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's my woman empathy talking, but, like, at the end of the day, like, you could have fucking done something about it. It's
Yeah.
not like you got, I don't know, some life-threatening bacterial disease, and you're gonna die in, like, I don't know, 3 years or something. Like, you can actually reverse it around at some
Yeah.
point.
You
But
can
you
do
let it,
something
like,
about
get
it.
to the point where there's no return and it's over for you. It's like, yeah, well, yeah.
Too bad,
sucks.
so sad for
News
you.
around the 600-pound life show. Do you think that it's insane that
It's
18 people
insane.
who have been on the show, well, I guess 19, including Dolly Martinez, have passed away as a
Oh,
result
no.
of their obesity and being so large? What do you think of that? What do you think the implications are as people
I
get
need
fatter
my
and
nuggies.
fatter and fatter in our society? Do you think that we should
It's
be paying
not
closer
good.
attention, and we should actually be ringing the alarm bells about how
We should
terrible
be
obesity
doing that.
is? Do you think that this is just sort of a natural byproduct of the food that we have access to and how much people eat? And what do you generally make of this issue overall?
I would argue that, like, people are going to say, oh, well, it's America that's just fat. And I'm like, well, if you look around, Qatar is also one of the fattest nations in the world, and it's ultra rich from all the oil and, you know, the families that live there that live off the oil, right? Like, it's not just an American problem. I genuinely think that, like, a lot of obesity is just from people being fucking fat as fuck and not having enough problems in their world. Go to, like, Thailand or Vietnam, where the average household income is very, very low. They don't eat much, and they eat modestly, and they're very active as a people. You don't really
Yes,
have
they
an
are.
obesity problem over there. It's definitely, like, part culture and part, you know, being a fucking first world nation. It's sad.
Yes, it is.
Always, if you had made it this far in the video, congratulations.
it's
I
insanely
always
first
like
world
having you
problem.
along for the full ride.
There's always been a meme going around that, like, imagine you die and then you go to heaven and there's some, like, Victorian child from, like, you know, the 18th century, and you have to explain to them what calorie counting is, and they're like, wait, you have to actually, like, watch out how much you have to eat every day? I had to, like, fight for my food and rations and, like, go out and eat trash sometimes. You explain to them what a big It's this delicious Borgie. It makes you really fat. He's like, oh, that's really good.
If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well as leaving this video a like and a comment because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Like I always say, my wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices. And I will see your pretty little cute faces in the next video.
Yay.
Clappies in the chat, clappies in the chat. Yeah, Chad, just stop being fat, Lamau. Just get like a Victorian child, why not? That was a great video. Thanks, Sydney. Thank you.
Well, that's it for today's video, everyone. Please like the video, comment your thoughts, opinions, and what I could be doing better in my videos I've been making. Please subscribe to the channel as I'm trying to get YouTube to be a profitable career for myself, and it's free and easy to subscribe, and it would really help me out. Thank you everyone who's already subscribed to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Peace out. See you in the next video. Bye.